Would you believe that a WWE star could be killed by his own ex-wife? 3 days after his divorce, Kevin Nickel, known to fans as Knuckles Madsen, walked into his quiet house. A single gunshot later, his life was gone. But the full story is darker than anyone imagined. Stay till the end to see why. If you want to uncover the truth behind stories like this, hit like and subscribe now. Kevin Nickel was more than a wrestler. In the ring, he was Knuckles Madsen, a man who made danger look thrilling, almost artful. But outside the spotlight, his life was far more fragile than the crowds ever saw. A divorce that seemed final on paper was only the beginning of a nightmare. 3 days after that divorce, tragedy struck. His ex-wife, Amanda Penny, and her new boyfriend, Michael Hogue, are accused of plotting his murder. Police allege messages and meetings that hint at premeditation, but the story isn't that simple. The defense paints a chaotic picture, a tangle of emotion, resentment, and impulsive decisions that complicate the narrative. Kevin's life after the divorce wasn't easy. Friends describe him as cautious, trying to rebuild normalcy. He was a father, a performer, and a man who loved his craft. But behind closed doors, allegations suggest a darker tension simmered, and the people closest to him may have been part of it. Therefore, to understand the tragedy, we need to look beyond headlines and into the choices that build up over time. The timeline itself is chilling. Divorce finalized. 3 days later, Kevin is dead. The arrest of Amanda Penny and Michael Hogue shocked friends, fans, and the wrestling world. But the story doesn't end there. Court documents reveal conversations, meetings, and clues that hint at a careful, calculated plan. Every detail adds a layer of intrigue, and each revelation makes the tragedy feel even more deliberate. Imagine you were reading the text the police claim existed between Amanda and Michael. Would you share the messages with authorities immediately, or think it's just drama? Drop a comment with what you would do. I'm curious how differently people react. What makes this story different from other ex-wife plots you might have read? Most focus on the shock factor. Our lens is deeper. This is about how ordinary choices, late-night texts, meetings, tiny resentments, can spiral into devastating consequences. Therefore, the story becomes not just about crime, but about human decisions, trust, and betrayal in their rawest forms. Picture Kevin's house that night. The kitchen was quiet, divorce papers stacked neatly, and a life was about to be stolen in an instant. Picture the arrests, the flashing cameras, the courtroom drama. Each beat matters, short bursts, in fact, long pauses for the human toll. That rhythm keeps you in the room, feeling the weight of what happened. And it's not just about Kevin, it's about how we, as an audience, understand betrayal and consequence. Each new revelation, the planning, the messaging, the alleged motives, forces us to ask ourselves, how well do we really know the people closest to us? How easily could trust be weaponized? As the courtroom process continues, layers of the story will emerge. Bond hearings, witness statements, and claims of motive will shed light on what actually happened. But some questions may never be fully answered. That uncertainty creates tension, keeping everyone on edge, waiting for justice and clarity. Therefore, watching carefully, following every twist, gives us insight into how quickly life can change when trust breaks. Who do you think is telling the real story? The one that looks like cold, calculated conspiracy, or the one that claims chaos and emotion drove it? Comment below. Your perspective might spot details others miss. If you want more shocking true crime stories, check out my video, Jack Doherty Arrest, Shocking Mystery Unfolds in Emotional Clash. Next, the twists, the drama, and the human secrets, it's all waiting for you.